welcome back to Whole Remnant. I'm Rebecca. Today we will be continuing our exploration of yoga poses linked to scripture. Today we'll be exploring bow pose. Now, bow pose can happen at various places in yoga practices, generally during warm-ups or even cool downs. It could also be part of one of the sequences that you're doing, especially if you're doing one where you're lying prone, which means on your stomach area. So when you do bow pose, the idea is that you're opening your heart, chest area, and also toning your legs. So when you get into bow pose, you'll want to lie on your stomach, and generally you want your shoulders to be pretty opened up because you're going to be stretching through your shoulders. So you're going to swim your right hand back to grab your right foot, and generally you'll want to grab on the inside. And you'll do the same thing with your left. Swim it back to grab your left foot. You'll want to keep your legs apart for this, and then you'll want to kick your legs up, which will push them into your hands while you are lifting through the chest. The more you kick up, the farther you will go off the ground. So, what does that have to do with scripture? Well, if we think about a bow, we usually think about an archer, right? Someone who shoots arrows with a bow. I think about the verse in Psalms where it says, "He trains my hands for war so that my arms can bend a bow of bronze." When I was younger, I read a book called The Bronze Bow by Elizabeth George Spear. And it is a very good book, but it ties into scripture. It's set during the Maccabean time, where the Maccabeans are leading a revolt against the Romans. So it's very well written, and it follows a young person through that time. But I also think about a rainbow. In Genesis, after the flood, God said, "I'll put my rainbow in the clouds as a promise that I will never destroy the earth with a flood again." And I know whenever I see a rainbow, I get really excited. It brings a lot of peace. It's beautiful, first of all, with all of its colors, but it also is a phenomenon because we don't usually see them every day. And I love looking for rainbows, especially after a big storm. But if we also think about the bow, the rainbow, God was promising not just not to bring destruction on the earth, but to stay with us and to be there for his people. So I think about that in the context of the remnant. He's always going to be there with his people. So yes, while bow pose can be challenging, it can help us tone our muscles, but it can also help us to remember that God is always with us and that he will preserve his people. Thank you. Namaste.